Episode 174. The waking sands are alive with life, once again. At least temporarily, anyway. A lot of temporary characters here. You can see Raubon and Pippin, that Doolala, and whoever her manservant was, and even Papashan. Papashan. There was a correct pronunciation in there somewhere, I think. I don't remember which one. And then the other usual NPCs that never really left. They can leave. I guess they were just waiting. Looking at you, Hanako Burneko and Taja Murilla. Don't we know another Murilla? Are there like a lot of Murillas? Wigston, we did your quest. Bradolph, you too. One more. Slavsquist. Those three. Just kind of standing here after their quests are done. I feel bad for those three in particular. Because Arenvald and Urianger and everyone else here, they can pretty much move on whenever they want, whenever the story wants them to. They're not side quest chained. Oh, and I guess these two, which are merchant chained. I don't feel bad for the merchants though. How's it going? As one age endeth and another doth arise, so do our struggles wax and wane. What wouldst thou ask of me? How fares the realm? Words cannot well express my joy for thy safe return. Together let us see that the light of the Scions does shine again. Not gonna mention your dealings with the Ascians. We got a little teaser of that at the end of the last patch or whatever. I guess he's gonna be cagey about it. Well, we trust him completely. Komori knows nothing. I'm guessing these are all just the same dialogue from A Realm Reborn. We're here for new dialogue, which would be all of the new NPCs here. Father's spirit burns as fiercely as it ever has. I was proud of him when he ruled the Blood Sands as the Bull of Alamiko, and I am proud of him now. Burning bright, Raubon? It avails us not to dwell upon that which we have lost. Nay, we must focus on protecting that which we yet have. Arnvald, anything to say about recent events, or are you just kind of stuck in A Realm Reborn? No, he is actually not stuck in A Realm Reborn. Thank goodness. Good for you, Arnold. Thank the gods you're all right. 'Twas a mighty struggle from what I heard. Would that I could have fought by your side. But you had to keep watch over here, huh? Keep watch on the poor NPCs and merchants that can't really move from their spots. If we are to see stability restored to Uldar, we must needs set aside our differences. No more can there be monitorists or royalists. If only, huh? And Papashan. I think that's the correct pronunciation. Papashan. I think it was Papa when they voiced it in a cutscene. We'll just call him Papa. Thank you for rescuing General Raubon from the bottom of my heart. To behold him now gaunt and unkempt, it pains me to think of all the hardship he has endured. You get it? My fellow Domans and I are glad to have been of service in the Flame General's rescue. If there is aught else we can do, know that we are ever at your disposal. Yeah, way more useful than Komori's Crimson Flames, or whatever. Crimson Blaze? We won't even remember their names because they're never useful to us. I guess we could retroactively pretend that they helped us, like in the background. Securing the perimeter or something. The same thing Yugiri's ninjas did outside the dungeon. Who cares? No one else here. And the next thing to do would be to talk to Alfinode to continue the main quest. But that's going to take us back to Ishgard. For now, since we're in the area, and since it's the right time for it, fortuitously, we're going to make a short trip back to Uldar. Let's say that Komori thinks, after hearing that Nanamo is alive, maybe she's built different from everyone else here, both physically and mentally, and that she can track down Nanamo all on her own. What we're actually going to do is the event for Little Lady's Day. That's going to be my excuse for why she just goes there when she should be going back to Ishgard. It's kind of lucky that you come back to the Ul'dah area during the main quest, at least for me in real time here, while this event is going on. We could teleport in, but maybe we just ride in. We're not that far. We'll continue wearing our gladiator outfit, which has a mask, so nobody makes us, no spies or whatever, see us and report us to the authorities. I'm pretty sure we're still wanted. Most people are probably going to see through the disguise instantly if we talk to them, like as NPCs or whatever. But we can pretend, as always. Going under the cover of night, on a rescue mission for a very special little lady, Nanamo Ul'Namo. Was that her name, Ul'Namo? And Papashan was also like, what was he? The Queen's Guard? What are they actually called? I think they're related to the Paladins in a way, so it's somewhat appropriate that we're going in as a gladiator, even though I've never picked up the Paladin class. What were those guys called? The Sultan's Sworn, that's right. I guess they should be the ones looking for Nanamo. And they probably did a lot of work in that already, but Komori probably just thinks they did nothing, sitting on their asses. Well, she's gonna find Nanamo all on her own. Just gonna stroll right through the gates and, I don't know, stumble upon Nanamo, go knocking on some doors or something. It'll definitely happen. That wasn't too far of a walk. A nice nighttime stroll. Oh, we got a little sprout there. Doesn't even have a mount, probably. Just starting out killing level 2 bugs or something. Don't go too close to that brass blade. They're the ones that want to arrest us. It's almost time, also, for patch 6.2, or rather 7.2. The world is probably abuzz with excitement or something, or at least it would be if I were playing at a different time of day. I think there's still excitement for this, though. France Fair's imposter. And this isn't normally here. You can tell because it's actually intangible, but don't actually tell anyone that. Just pretend it's tangible. These are all here for the Japanese holiday. Girls' Day, aka, I think it was Hina Matsuri. Don't really know too much about it, but that's why this whole holiday exists. They call it Little Lady's Day in Eorzea, obviously because they can't just call it Hina Matsuri, for a couple of reasons. One, because they just don't directly import holidays from the real world. They usually give it some other name, like Valentine's Day or whatever. And two, because it's a Japanese holiday. Anyone other than Japanese players would probably not really know what it's about. The real reason the holiday exists, or I guess in world, what they use it for, is I guess the songbirds for one thing, and I guess the other lore of like the relating to the Sultan's Sworn stuff or something. I think it's related to the Sultan's Sworn. But mainly people just kind of enjoy this holiday for the songbirds. Basically a group of 3 idols that dance on stage and sing and whatever. And people just like to use the cheer emote from this holiday, from this event. Which you have to buy now. I really wish I had them, but that's probably one of the better emotes that you could get. You use it pretty often, or you would use it pretty often, so I should probably buy them at some point. The songbirds don't seem to be coming out yet, maybe after the event is done. But over here is what they have for the actual Hinamatsuri whatever thing. I guess in Japan they stack a bunch of dolls on this multi-tiered platform or something. People have probably seen these in pictures or something. Know what I'm talking about. Again, don't know too much about it, but at the top goes like the Emperor and the Empress or something, or Prince and Princess, something like that. Then in the middle are 3 ladies that serve the Empress or something. And I think those 3 ladies that are on this second tier down, those are the ones that the songbirds represent. That's why there are 3 of them, I think. When we get to the songbirds, actually a little bit more trivia there, but get to that later. And then on the tiers below that, I don't actually know. There's like a bunch of guys. I think there are like 5 tiers or 7 tiers. I think Komori would be at the bottom tier or something. Pretty sure at the bottom tier are those like protectors for the whatever, which is basically what we are. But it also means we're not as important. Sorry, Komori. Oh yeah, before we get into this though, since we are undercover technically, wanted criminals wearing a mask, we should do some poking around. By which I mean talking to NPCs that are only here while you're a wanted criminal. Specifically this careless gossip monger. This guy's only here when this whole wanted thing is going on. Boy, did you hear? Some adventurer, and a bleedin' famous one at that, went on a rampage during the victory feast. Fair tore down the fragrant chamber, 'tis said. Rumor has it she's an imperial spy sent to do for the Sultana. So yeah, there's that. And again, people don't know the Sultana is dead, but not really. They just know rumors. And they don't know that we're the one that was, that the Warrior of Light was the one that was put under the suspicion. And obviously our mask is working at least on this guy, who never met us, and has no idea we're the Warrior of Light in the first place. But we're pretending the disguise worked. And other than that, you also get, of course, the guildmaster of each guild reacting to your wanted status. 12 be praised, you're still alive and well. When I started hearing rumors about what happened at the feast, I didn't know what to think. Alright, our disguise didn't work on Momodi. We've got like a 20% batting average or something. Probably less than that. I tried getting answers, but the brass blades made their rounds. Folk round here carrying on as though naught's changed. But deep down they know it's a lie. It's only a matter of time before the questions come, and Lord Lolarito better have some good answers by then. We're following up on that ourselves. This guy isn't here for wanted stuff, right? Is he always here? Miminaru? I've dined at many of Ulda's finer establishments, but none hold a candle to the quicksand. Somehow the ale tastes sweeter when drunk in her presence. Who, Momodi? No, he's referring to the quicksand as a her. Okay. Not a wanted NPC. I guess before we get into it though, do you want to see the decorations in the middle area? Oh, and there is another wanted NPC I didn't realize. Oh. You shouldn't be here. If they find you, they'll arrest you like they did the others. Look, I didn't see you, alright? If you know what's good for you, you'll put 100 moms between yourself and Ulda. Okay. I guess there aren't a whole lot of Crystal Braves that are actually out to kill us, or rather, we just went to a quest where there were that, but I meant there's also a fair bit amount of Crystal Braves that are just kind of rank and file guys that had nothing to do with trying to kill us or whatever. Seems like it's a pretty decent split between them. Between decent guys and not decent guys. And this area that gets decorated in the center. Oh. What are these called again? Daizuku? I don't actually know. That's probably not what they're called. I'm probably confusing it with something else. And again, the birds are here for the songbirds, or probably some other significance. Alright, just a lot of places for people to sit down and chat with their friends, but not Komori. No time to sit down, no time to chat. She's here to find Nanamo. Oh, look at this though. Incredible. Is this one here for the event, or do you get a juggling emote? We've seen Tataru do this, so it's been in the game since a long time ago, but don't actually know if you can get this emote. You there? You're a role servant? Where's Nanamo? Good evening to you, adventurer. Have you any questions regarding the history of Little Lady's Day? I'm at your service. Okay, we're here for Nanamo, but what the hell is Little Lady's Day? Once a year, when the peach blossoms come to bloom, Eorzea celebrates all the lovely and spirited young maidens who bring such joy to our realm. The origins of the holiday can be traced back to events that happened some 3 centuries past, when the Thorn dynasty still reigned in Ul'dah. The plucky Princess Edria, tired of being sequestered within palace walls by her overprotective father, the Sultan Baldric Thorn, exchanged garb with a miller girl and wandered off into town in search of adventure. Upon learning of his daughter's disappearance, the Sultan was stricken with panic. He summoned the palace guard, down to the last man, and ordered them to tear the city apart, to see that no harm befell his precious princess. And tear the city apart they did. The poor miller whose daughter assisted the princess in her escape saw his house nigh ripped from the ground, while the family was threatened with imprisonment and worse. To the good fortune of all, Princess Edria was soon found just outside the palace walls. When she confessed the true reason she had run away, her father was racked with guilt for his actions. Had the miller's house rebuilt, he had the miller's house rebuilt by his most skilled craftsmen, and offered to personally serve as seneschal to the miller girl for a day to atone for his actions. Right, seneschal. The common folk were deeply moved by their sultan's newfound compassion. The sultan himself, vowing to never forget the lessons he had learned, declared that each year he would serve as seneschal for a young girl, chosen from the townspeople by lot. The tradition continued long after Sultan Baldric's death, living on even as the Thorn dynasty gave way to the Ul. In time it spread to other nations, where it took on new forms, eventually evolving into the Little Lady's Day celebration that we know and love today. And who's this princess? Princess Edria was the one and only daughter of Sultan Baldric of House Thorn, the hero and noble house that ruled Ul'dah some 300 years ago to the day. To the day? 300? No, not exactly 300, because the passage of time exists in Eorzea, like between A Realm Reborn and Endwalker and even beyond and whatever. It can't always be 300 years ago exactly. Her disappearance from the palace, the commotion that followed, and its eventual resolution, oft retold as the legend of the Lost Lady, are said to represent the origins of the celebration we now know as Little Lady's Day. It is said before the events of that day, relations between the spirited princess and her stern, overly protective father were strained at best. Though the father claimed to love his daughter dearly, the form this love took was the stifling sort. The princess's disappearance and return changed everything. Sultan Baldric gained a newfound respect for his daughter's independent nature. while Princess Edvia realized that her father's treatment of her was born of a simple misunderstanding, not lack of love. The bonds between the two grew only stronger in the months and years to follow, and the two came to be celebrated as the most ideal embodiment of father and daughter that the realm had ever seen. Alright, interesting stuff, but not where Nanmo is. How about you? Handmaiden, right? Okay, no lore, just confetti. Sure, give me one of each. This is the peach confetti. Incredible. And here's the cherry confetti. Outstanding. You're important. You're standing between these two and your royal. You must know where Nanamo is. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mistress Komori. Okay, even on people who have never met us before, the disguise doesn't work. Batting average is about 5% now. I have the honor of serving as the Royal Seneschal, and it is my duty to bring smiles and cheers to all the ladies of the realm. Does this guy know Nanamo is missing? He's acting pretty cheery about it. Maybe he's just being really secretive about it. If we gain his trust by helping him out, he'll tell us where Nanamo is, right? Definitely. What is Little Lady's Day, you ask? Why, it is a day when the maidens of Eorzea are doted upon as princess by their very own loyal seneschal. By the way, I must ask, you know of the songbirds, do you not? How silly of me. Of course you do. Komori, does she know about the songbirds? Yeah, she's a huge songbirds fan, but she'd never admit it. That trio of princess-styled entertainers were relative unknowns when they first took the stage, but they've since become a Little Lady's Day staple. Now we hope to introduce another such sensation, but this time the singer will be butler-themed. I've titled this new act The Seneschal Prince. A male idol? Not sure that's gonna take off. Who would possibly be into a male idol? No, it's actually incredibly popular. A royal among servants, and loyal servant to his princess. The prince in question is scheduled to debut in the upcoming festival performance. But 'twould seem that our chosen star is yet to return from picking up his costume. Though there is ample time ere the show begins, his prolonged absence is a source of concern, to say the least. If only I were not so preoccupied with preparations. Preparations, huh? No. We know you're preoccupied with the search for Nanamo. Don't worry, we'll help you out soon enough. Would you mind looking in on him for me? Pico is his name. Maybe Picot? I'm gonna say Pico. And he was meant to be speaking with a designer at Is that? This whole time I pronounced it as Estames in my head. But I guess it's Eshtames. At Eshtames Aesthetics. I would be grateful if you could see what is keeping young Pico, and doubly so if you could render any needed assistance. He was on his way to Eshtames Aesthetics the last time we spoke. Okay. But we'll be back. As soon as we're done here, you're gonna help us find Nanamo. This is the right way, right? Just not using the teleporter, so we can see all the decorations. And also, honestly, just to pad the time. Don't want to do anything else this episode other than the event, and event quests usually don't take the full hour, so just walking around and enjoying the decorations is the only other way I can think of killing the time. Now Avanthia here, Avanthia Eros, she's wearing the songbird outfit, just dyed in a different color. It's actually quite good. We're gonna see more of it on the actual songbirds later, I think, once the quest is done. But to actually wear it, you have to buy from the store. I think it was you in the past an outfit that you get from the event itself. We don't have the option to get that ourselves, though. Again, unless we buy it. Can't imagine Komor wearing it, though. Despite being such a huge songbird fan. You can come out of the closet, Komor. It's fine. Actually, a lot of Crystal Braves around Ul'dah specifically. This is kind of the locus of their operations, I guess. That or the Rising Stones, I guess. Yeah, even here. They're really all over the place. Wearing the mask was the right idea. Right choice. There you are. Ah, no, darling, no. What I need from you are specifics. You're the male idol? He doesn't look very flashy. It has to shine with a sharp frozen brilliance, like a blizzard slicing through the darkest night, and it should dazzle like a searing flame, threatening to burn your fingers at the merest touch. Doesn't that sound amazing? Wait, which do you want? A freezing blizzard or a burning flame? Oh, maybe you can help. How can we create a silvery costume that melts into chaotic darkness? Should I give up on the shiny element? Never give up on shiny. An adventurer? What can Maribel, famed designer of Ishtame's aesthetics, do for you, darling? Here at the Royal Seneschal's bidding, you say? Well, I could certainly use some guidance with this costuming conundrum. The costume itself is largely complete. I simply wanted to add the finishing flair in accordance with the prince's wishes, but I'm struggling to envision the image he's trying to convey. Well, there are just so many dimensions to looking dashing. How can one narrow the options down to a single idea? Forgive me, darlings, but I've got other projects to attend to. Would you mind coming back once you've helped the lad decide on a more definitive direction? This is not going well. I couldn't ask for a better opportunity, and here I am ruining my own debut. Ah, it was Komor, yes? I'm sorry to drag you into this dilemma of mine. Of all those who auditioned, they chose me to be the Seneschal Prince. My job now is to become a star performer, and creating a dashing and princely persona seemed the best way to achieve that. So I did my research into the subject, delving into books about the most gallant individuals, how they act, how they dress, that sort of thing. But when I tried to explain, it all came out a jumbled mess. Well, look no further. You have the most gallant individual right in front of you, in a full set of armor. Not really. What makes the Seneschal Prince a prince among seneschals? Come to think of it, what exactly is a seneschal anyway? We don't know either. Oh, I guess Komori might know if we could answer correctly. An unobtrusive servant who anticipates his master's needs. A person of impeccably proper manners. Perhaps you should have researched that instead. Yeah, just throw it back at him. Don't admit that you don't know Komori. You might be right. I've been approaching this from the entirely wrong angle. But at least now one thing is clear. I must learn the ways of a seneschal if I'm to be the best seneschal prince I can be. You seem a knowledgeable sort. We're not, but sure. Left to my own devices, I fear wasting time on the wrong thing again. Will you help me with my research? Huzzah! Then first things first. If I say we speak with a wide variety of townsfolk, and learn what the general public expects of a seneschal. Let's split up, that we might gather as many opinions as possible. I'll leave the steps of Tall to you, and we can meet at the Gold Court afterwards. Alright, quickly, Komori. As quick as you can, learn everything you can about a seneschal so he never suspected in the first place that you knew nothing. Looks like they're all over here, and then Gold Court is in the center. I guess the quest was taking us over there anyway. The only real decorations here, well, I was going to say just these banners, but I guess they do add these trees all over the place. Pretty nice. All intangible, but still nice. What are these? They're kind of similar. Are those dango? Or like meat or something? Are they bread? They look fried, maybe? Staring at it makes me hungry. You there, noble woman. What the hell is a seneschal? A seneschal? Why yes, of course. I have one in my employ. Oh, is that just a normal thing? I thought seneschals, and again, I don't know too much about the whole lore of this thing. I thought seneschals were just like a historical thing that they only bring back for the holiday. But it's just a normal thing, huh? Okay. The accomplished ones foresee what must be done, and act without need for instruction. Those who stand around awaiting orders have no business taking the position. A seneschal who cannot act on his own initiative is not worthy of the title. That was an answer that we could have given Pico. So maybe some of the other dialogue that we'll get here is going to be part of that other answer, whatever it was. What was that second option? Maybe I'll remember after talking to the bargain hunter. Ah, that word puts me in mind of the first royal seneschal himself, Sultan Baldric. It said that every year one girl was chosen from the townspeople by lot, and he would attend to that lucky lass as her personal servant for the entire day. The festival is no longer about choosing a single princess, of course, but oh how I still daydream about having an attentive seneschal at my beck and call. As a child, whenever Little Lady's Day came around, I would always hold out hope that this would be the year I was chosen. I'm rather taken with Sultan Baldric's seneschal for a day idea. Having someone devoted to your needs alone is like a dream come true, don't you agree? And the rusting server. Are you a seneschal? What's the difference between you and a seneschal? My impressions of a seneschal? Well, they strike me as people who excel at preparations. Performing tasks to a demanding lord or lady's satisfaction hinges upon the ability to think ahead, to plan events to perfection. My work as a server at the Quicksand is similar in some respects. We have a special Little Lady's Day menu on offer this year, and I have everything memorized. The ingredients, the presentation, the flavors, down to the smallest detail. Everything from the main course to the beverages and desserts will be perfect. Above and beyond one's prescribed duties, a server's mission is to ensure as many happy customers as possible. Preparing things in advance is a skill both seneschals and servers have in common. There is no better way to ensure satisfaction, be it for a customer or the master of the house. This is good instruction for you, Komori. After all, she's kind of serving as a seneschal, sort of, for the Four Tops Manor. Private police, seneschal, kind of the same thing. Not really. We're not their servant, we're just their muscle. But there's overlap. What Komori is learning right now is that she doesn't need to take orders. She needs to decide orders for herself. That's the wrong answer, but still, it's what she's picking up from all of this conversation. Oh, guess what, Komori? I was asking about seneschals in Pearl Lane, and a merchant offered me an amazing bargain. He showed me a rare urn of incalculable worth, but even the heavily discounted price was far more coin than I could afford. Come to think of it, what do urns have to do with seneschals anyway? Oh, Pico. Komori knows everything about seneschals. Could it be that you're a little too trusting? Oh, was I on the wrong track again? I could have sworn. I see. So a seneschal is someone who serves others, someone who anticipates what needs to be done, and prepares for those tasks in advance. Yes, all things Komori knew all along. In my case then, I should be a seneschal who serves his fans? Yes, when I put it like that, it feels just right. I should be thinking of ways I can make the crowds happy. And that's exactly what I'll do. Now if you could stick around a while longer, I'd appreciate some help in becoming the best seneschal I can be. Alright, we'll stick around, but only for one more quest. This one here with the tights, they're super shiny. So shiny. And this is what we get from the quest this time. I am to don the mantle of the seneschal prince. Yet while I've grasped a clear picture of the theme, I must needs think of how to best embody the manner. A seneschal exists to serve, to ensure happiness and satisfaction, which incidentally is how this all began for me. Tell us your backstory. I once knew a girl, years ago. She was my childhood friend, my cherished princess, my Osana Najimi. But alas, she was born with a terrible ailment. She could not rise from bed, let alone leave the house, and thus I took it upon myself to bring the outside world to her. I acted out all sorts of tales, a hero saga, a jester at court. If she wished to hear of it, if it would but make her smile, I would assume any role under the sky. One fateful day I happened to see a songstress in town. She dazzled the audience, and the elated looks upon their faces. I had to rush back to my princess's bedside to share the experience. I sang and danced my heart out for my audience of one. A performance for her and her alone. Oh, how her eyes lit up. Her happiness was everything I ever wanted. It spurred me to practice day and night, and as I did, I began to feel I truly was a famous performer. And all too soon, did Thal call her to his somber halls. Ever since I've dreamed of making a big name for myself as a singer. If I could perform upon some grand stage, then perhaps my voice would rise up and reach her ears once more. That's why I auditioned for the role of the Seneschal Prince, and why I leapt for joy when I heard that I'd been chosen. But even though I began all this for her, it has become every bit my own dream as well. I yearn to sing as that songstress did, and stir the hearts of the crowd. And thank you for listening, Komoy. Talking to someone helps to put my thoughts in order. I understand that, although I mainly just talk to myself, into a microphone. It works. Right, back to the task at hand. Once I've settled on how to best serve my audience, then I should have all the specifics Maribel needs to finish the costume. Let's head over to the Little Lady's Day stage, shall we? With the better part of the preparations finished, it's likely begun to draw a crowd. The sight might inspire some ideas for my Seneschal debut. Heavier backstory than I would have expected. Makes me like Pico more. More than just a bumbling, idiot, airhead, male idol, which in its own sense is appealing, but he's got some dust to him. Ah, there you are. Work on the stage proceeds apace. By which he means he's still searching for Nanamo, right? Not really. Will Pico be ready to perform? Let us spare not the smallest detail. We'll give the fans a show to remember. There's always quite a crowd gathered by the stage. Perhaps I should have a word with the Royal Seneschal, and ask if I can pass out some flyers. Who are we talking to here? You, Pico, right. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. The stagehand seems swamped with last-moment adjustments, and you can see the fans have already begun to gather. If I'm to decide how to act as the Seneschal Prince, then it's now or never. Let's see what clues the scene has to offer us. Ah, here we go. This is actually a thing that was introduced, really recently in Dawntrail. Just like inspect the scene and select things from a few choices. I see they're using that technology in events now. Pretty basic stuff, but it's kind of new technology, so it's still exciting to me. How can I serve the crowd? Aside from the usual singing and dancing, there must be something I can do. The employee. Ah, an employee of the Quicksand. Did they not mention offering some exclusive menu over the course of Little Lady's Day? Beverage and dessert included. Are you excited by that, Komoy? Are you excited by the sodas and the... whatever the dessert would be? I don't know. Soda, ice cream float or something? Is that what they're serving on Little Lady's Day? Knowing such a thing is only available during the festival makes it all the more tempting, doesn't it? What if they'd be willing to bring out a light meal for the audience? Not only would it benefit the fans, but it would also be an excellent promotion for the Quicksand itself. For free? Are you sure? For free in Ul'dah, huh? I don't know about that, but maybe we'll get lucky on Little Lady's Day. Just to check. Okay, it's just the same dialogue. But I guess we can get the other dialogue. It doesn't actually change it, it's just flavor for yourself. Flavor for how you want to answer. The Royal Seneschal. Yes, of course. If we're speaking of Seneschals, we should look no further than the Royal Seneschal himself. Such a courteous demeanor, and so precise in his movements. Now that I think on it, no matter the work we do together, he is never less than thorough with his preparations. And I imagine he would be more than willing to help us implement any new plan we might propose. And the Songbird fans. See there? A particularly eager Songbirds fan. Come early to ensure a front row experience, no doubt. Rather too early, in fact. My act is on the first program, so he'll be in for quite a long wait before his idols make the stage. Make him more comfortable. These are just going to be the same, but... Yes, of course. He must be exhausted from standing there all this time. The least I can do is make him more comfortable for the duration of my performance. I've been thinking, Komori. There is no rule which demands people must stand to cheer and enjoy a performance, is there? Why not have the Quicksand deliver some light refreshments, little Lady State themed of course, and aim for a more relaxed experience? I mean, it's hardly a novel concept. One often orders a meal while taking in a play or has a flagon in hand while the minstrel strums his lute in the tavern. We would simply encourage the same idea. Naturally, I shall rouse the crowd with a song and dance, but this will help define the seneschal side of my stage character. Gonna make yourself a servant, huh? Why not? A maid style, or rather butler style, idol. It's probably been done before, but you can make it work. The act is finally coming together. As the seneschal prince, I shall both serve and entertain. Come, there's not a moment to lose. I must first consult with the royal seneschal, and then hurry off to make my request to Mistress Momodi at the Quicksand. But I must also inform Maribel of my costuming decisions. There's no time. Shall we talk to her instead of you? We know everything about seneschals, so we can convey the idea perfectly. You would do that for me? Oh, thank you, Komori. I would be most grateful if you could explain the costume concept to Maribel for me. You are truly my savior. I give you my word, the show will be a great success. Please do be sure to attend. Sure, it's not like we got anything else better to do. What were we here for again? Who cares? We're here for the idol performance. Actually, I took a rather roundabout path to Eshdane's aesthetics last time. Quickest route should be... Where is it? Over here. So like, through the gold court and... Actually, I guess I took the quickest route possible last time, pretty much. Or close enough. Take the inside route. Less time traversing the perimeter. And then down this way. Or up this way. Whatever. There are more decorations like this over in Limsa, Laminsa, and Gridania. Don't think I need to see them. Don't exactly have to capture all of the decorations on camera. Just some of them. Komori, darling, how fares our princely seneschal? He knows everything because we know everything. We taught him everything. So the show will feature a healthy dash of hospitality, eh? Sounds fabulous. A singer with a seneschal's poise and a prince's style. Yes, darling. I know exactly what this costume needs. Leave it to me. Please let the royal seneschal know that I'll have the outfit ready in time for the performance. Very last minute, but I guess that's how they run things here. Just like anime. And actually, speaking of anime, we can teleport, it's fine. Speaking of anime, there is a whole idol anime going on with a new season of Precure, very timely for this. I guess idols are timely for anything, because they're always a thing, but whatever. Reminds me of the male idol character they introduced in that show just recently. Not exactly the same airhead that our guy Pico is, but I kind of like the whole flawed character thing more than perfect male idol persona. Maybe as the episodes go on, that character will have more interesting character flaws, but that's neither here nor there, completely unrelated to what's going on screen. Thank you for lending a hand to young Pico. 'Tis good to know the issue with his costume has been resolved. As I mentioned, the Seneschal Prince is to be the main new attraction for this year's Little Ladies' Day, and Pico himself is to give the show's opening address. I cannot imagine how events might have unfolded without your assistance. You will stay and watch his performance, yes? Komori's a Songbirds fan, but maybe she'll become a Pico fan. We'll see. I've been standing for so long my feet have fallen asleep. But at least the show is about to begin. Oh, there they are. They're not even in costume yet. Oh, never mind. They're just a curious spectator. It should be starting any moment now. The first act is a debut performance for a new singer, isn't it? The Seneschal, Prince? Yeah, just kind of confuse these two for the actual Songbirds. What would a prince of Seneschals be like anyway? I have no idea what to expect. An actual voice sigh, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Little Ladies' Day performance. Well, I'll be damned. My boy can clean up. I am Pico, the Seneschal Prince, and I shall be your guide to an ephemeral world of wonder. I imagine you are all weary from the wait. Though it be but a trifle, we have taken the liberty of arranging for refreshments. A special festival menu prepared by our friends at the Quicksand. Gotta sell out for that sponsorship, wouldn't be an idol otherwise. Peach-infused tea accompanied by a selection of spring-inspired sweets. We invite you to enjoy these delights while you enjoy the show. That's for us. Thank the gods, I was so thirsty. Oh, that new menu has been on my mind all day. What a lovely gesture. I am overjoyed to see you thus pleased. Should this repast meet with your approval, pray consider a visit to the Quicksand following the show. Ah, but with that said, I must ask that you keep all eyes on me. Without your full attention, I am wont to grow jealous. They're swooning. Did Komori swoon? Maybe a smidge. She won't admit it. The fair princesses, won't you step closer? I promise this shall be a princely performance to remember. They're blushing. It's a good thing Komori's wearing the mask. Settle in, my dear audience. and enjoy the spectacle of the Seneschal Prince. She's blushing under there. A tiny bit. There's the emote. There are like 3 emotes, they're all good. He not only entertains with song and dance, but also captures the crowd's hearts with warm hospitality. A wonderful display. Oh, and there they are, the actual songbirds. Not bad, not bad. It seems we have quite a show to follow. And the songbirds will deliver. We'll take the stage by storm and build this excitement to a raging crescendo. Masha Makaraka. If that name is familiar, the trivia that I mentioned earlier is that she is actually Nashu, Makaraka's sister. Just a funny little connection point between 2 side quest NPCs or whatever. One from Hildebrand and one from this event thing. Kind of funny to think about. The detective's assistant sister is this famous idol. Fun thing. Or cousin or something, I don't know. Well, there's our thumbnail. That or something else with him. He's very picturesque in that costume. The Seneschal Prince's debut has been a grand success. The audience was thoroughly entertained. Oops, not you. Komoy, thank you for coming to my performance. It's not like we were enjoying it, Baka. It was also magical. To see such enjoyment upon each face in the crowd was an indescribable feeling. And did you see how they responded to the touches of hospitality? The Quicksand server even came over to thank me how quickly word spread about their festival menu. What a stunning debut by the Seneschal Prince. You've already been swamped with demands to know when you will be performing next. In fact, I'm thinking of setting up an encore performance while the festival is still ongoing. Is that so? Well then I shan't disappoint my fans. I wonder if my dear friend was watching me too, from Doll's distant halls. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity. For as long as I have the privilege of standing on that stage, I mean to spend every moment delighting all who attend. I almost forgot. I had Maribel craft you a matching costume. I was not alone up there in the front of the crowd. I felt you standing beside me, as you have been every step of the way. Given your part in all of this, you're every bit of Seneschal princess. So please, do me the honor of accepting this gift. We get the costume. It's a good one. Not sure how I can work it into any of my existing glamours, but I'll think about it. It is the least I can offer for your patient assistance. Now I must be off to prepare for my next appearance. Hope he comes back for next year's event or something. Maybe performing with the songbirds? We'll see. I too offer my sincerest gratitude for elevating our celebrations to ever greater heights. The Little Ladies' Day festivities have only just begun, but I suggest you go and enjoy them while they last. Well, I'd say we're more or less through with some. Thanks to your steady guidance, the Seneschal Prince made an unforgettable first impression. Oh wait, that's just the same dialogue. Yeah, the only other thing to wait around for the event would be the actual performance of the songbirds, which would just be happening right now. Let's just stick around for this, why not? We'll go on a bit longer. This was supposed to be a quick 1-hour episode, but I guess I killed more time than I should have. Should have actually saved it for their performance. Not the best weather for it, but the songbirds will brighten up the day. Not much of a performance without music or actual singing, but this is what happens. You could get up on stage with them, and we will. Komori is going to make her own debut. She's done with being a fan. She's going to become a seneschal princess idol or whatever. How does the outfit look? Oh, that's not it. Looking good, eh? And put away the sword. Although it kind of adds to it? Not really. Maybe. Good enough. Oh, that's your cue, Komori. Now Komori makes her debut. Give him your best dance moves. The ball dance? Kind of fitting for this outfit. No one's looking. Oh. Get off stage, Komori. The real seneschal princess taking the stage. Damn, if only Komori had those dance moves. That is actually a dance move emote related specifically to this event, so can't get it unless you pay for it, I think. Pretty sure. Well, that's too bad. Too bad that Komori can't make her debut. It was just a pipe dream after all. Let's just forget this little embarrassing episode and go back to the quicksand. Or not the quicksand, the rising sands. Well, glad they have more NPCs doing the rotation of performing than just the songbirds. In previous years it was just the songbirds, I'm pretty sure, so having more NPCs to fill out the entire act makes that little stage a little bit more lively. Now if you know we're back, you would not believe the performance. What were we there for again? That's right, Nanamo. We're just going to pretend that we never left to look for Nanamo so that we don't report that we found nothing. But the performance was good. We'll be doing the main quest next time, and Komori will probably take off this outfit just to forget the embarrassing moment on stage. While she does that, now would be a good time to take a break.